everybody. So today we're going to have the next tasting of my small batch Rye IPA batch 2. Now, double Rye IPA is technically what it turned out, but per my thing on Beersmith and probably the description, I'm just going to put Rye IPA. I might change all of them because I think all of them are actually a double IPA, and double IPA to me is 7.5 and above. So this batch, I do have a brew day video. Go check it out. I will try and remember to link a card up top to it. This one is using small gallon batch, 1.25 gallons going into the carboy, 2 pounds 1 ounce of pale malt or 2-row. I did use 2-row. 4.2 ounces of caramel malt. I didn't have enough to do the standard 5.5 ounces. 5.5 ounces of rye malt, 3.7 ounces of flaked rye, 1 hour boil, 0.28 ounces of Centennial at 60, 0.28 ounces of Centennial at 5, 0.28 ounces of Chinook at 5. Then for the dry hop, 3 days into fermentation, 0.24 ounces of Centennial, 0.12 ounces of Chinook, 0.12 ounces of Sorachi Ace. This one was bottled on 410 at 7.17, so I'm wrong. This is not a double IPA. I was thinking all of them were over 7.5. Sorachi Ace, dill is what I usually get out of that hop, but I just wanted to try. I figured the base one would be good, so I just changed one hop, and I know I preach that all the time. If you're going to experiment, I would start slowly. Change a hop, add a grain, take a grain away, add a little bit more grain, just to see what you like. So that's what I did on this one. I swapped the Amarillo for Sorachi Ace, and then that caramel malt, I just didn't have enough. Good hiss, good smoke. Now this is using 7 of the small carbonation tablets in each bottle. I do bottle directly out of the fermenter. So let's go ahead and get this into a glass. I will have a side-by-side of all of them once I do a review on all of them. I do have batch number 7 coming up, so we'll see if that one is good. See, this one has a good head. So off-white, almost a orangish, tannish color head. More orange than anything. Small and medium bubbles. About a finger of head. Bubbles on the side are compact like dish soap. Color. Very light orange in color. Clear. There is some chill haze on there. Lots of bubbles coming up. Not to the point that it looks overcarbed, but good carbonation level in there. And my guess is, and we'll talk about this in the full when I review them all side by side, the only thing that really changes is caramel malt. I guess the hop oils could have something to do with it, but I'm going with not as much caramel. Let's go ahead and smell. Citrus malt, not as sweet as batch 1, but yeah, like a low citrus malt is what I get. Usually that Sorachi Ace, I do get it in the smell, but it needs to warm up just a little bit. But yeah, as of right now, just a little citrus malt, and that is it. Let's go ahead and taste. Very toned down in the spice, the bitterness level compared to beer 1. A little sweet malt, a little citrus, but I am getting that dill from that Sorachi Ace. In the back, there's a tiny bit of spice, tiny bit of bitterness. Beersmith had this at 62.6 IBUs. I would say perceived bitterness is about 30-ish. Somewhere in there, 30, 35. This beer is almost 3 months old. A day under 3 months old. Very smooth. I think that's the one thing I noticed. Carbonation level's good, smooth. The bitterness is kind of building. Bitterness spice is building in the aftertaste as I talk. But it's not like a wreck your palate. But that dill, it's like that a little sweet malt citrus in front, a touch of spice bitterness, and then that dill comes in. It's almost in the aftertaste that you get the dill and the sweeter malt, but that spice is still there. Like I can feel it down here, down in my throat. Yeah, I think I like this one. This one would be for somebody that really doesn't like that big spice, big bitterness bomb. It's nice, refreshing. I don't know why, but this reminds me of a colder fall night. And I don't know if it's the dill or what it is. But the other one had a lot more bitterness. And I said I would brew this and drink it in the summer. I don't know if this is more just relaxing. This one, the body seems thicker, like it is medium, maybe a little bit higher than medium. But there's no way I could tell you what hops are in there, except for the Sorachi Ace. If I did taste this one without knowing anything, I would say that there's Sorachi Ace in it because I've made so many beers with that, and they've all came out as dill. I can definitely tell that. But usually Centennial, I get that grapefruit citrus, grapefruit rind. Not getting that. Chinook is more citrus than anything. So that's really not standing out. And there's so many hops that have citrus that I probably couldn't point a finger. I would just guess as to what the hops are in here. The rest of them, I should say. There is some spice I could probably pick up on that. There's rye in here. I think, at least in my case, like I said for the Chinook, I get more citrus than anything. There's no way I would say that spice is coming from the Chinook. I guess I could say like a Mount Hood was used, but I don't even think I would say that because that really has spice. But I also used 4 ounces in a beer. It probably drinks like a 7% beer. But yeah, nice, refreshing, not going to wreck your palate. If you're into dill, I think the flavor is good. I think as the temperature comes up in the beer, it will come out more. So we'll probably see that in the side-by-side review a little bit more. But yeah, solid beer. So if you like this video, check some more homebrew videos out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.